I don't know if this is going to be captured by the audio is going to be hello. Okay. All right. So I'm going to explain kind of the basics here of any percent as we go through. Oh, dude, my mic is on in this video. Okay. So we're just doing the tutorial. Gonna be doing the perfect start as usual. This is gonna be pretty loose, by the way, because this is for a specific person. This is for Colton. So it's not gonna be anything crazy here. Oh, but it doesn't show it if I minimize it. Isn't that great? Awesome. Sweet. Thanks, game. Good morning, Colton. So yeah, just doing regular stuff. I like to do a boost here, break, then drift, and run into the dash panels here. I think it's a lot easier if you do the perfect start first. I think it's also faster to do the perfect start than boost immediately, and then let your speed get carried over by the dash panels. It's not that big of a deal, but you know, it is what it is. Yeah, so tutorials are pretty self-explanatory. Nothing crazy. There's a couple things that are weird about right here. I think the next one is the slide tutorial, if I'm not mistaken. But no. Okay, so this is interesting. So I spent so long trying to figure out skipping. There's an entire dialogue chain that happens when you do this homing attack sequence. And I was, I was drifting, doing a perfect start, and then trying to avoid the thing. You have to get one homing attack in order for the goal ring to spawn. So you have to get a homing attack, right? So I was doing a bunch of complicated things. And really, all you have to do is not do a perfect start and just run to the side here. And then homing attack that guy, stomp down, and there you go. It's not that complicated. Hopefully the frame rate doesn't like completely lag, but oops. Whatever. Fine. So for this one here, I don't know if I do it, but most of the time, to do this optimally, what I like to do is I hold up and the right. That has Sonic like move to the right as you do your perfect start, so I can avoid those rings and boost quicker. The problem is that if you do that and you miss these robots here in front of you, you're pretty much screwed. So I'm actually gonna go through. I'm gonna fast forward through all the day stage stuff. I'm gonna go through tutorials, of course, but I might do the missions. Yeah, I'll do the missions. How about that? Okay, so this is one of the weird things that I was talking about earlier. So do a perfect start here, and then you don't immediately boost. We used to immediately boost and then to the slide, but that just cuts your speed. Let the speed from the perfect start take you into the slide, and then immediately boost. The camera's pulling back because I'm boosting right now. And as you boost, jump. You're gonna hit the goal ring quicker. It saves like 0.3. It is not a lot, but definitely do missions. Okay, sweet. Here. Oh, I should probably also do Gaia Temple and menuing stuff. Okay. This is pretty simple. You're just doing a normal roll, perfect start, and then you just quick step to the side the entire time. Good way to get your hands warmed up is just to quick step as soon as possible. Nothing really crazy. Okay, so then menuing. Oh, no? What am I missing? Oh, Windmill Isle Day 1. Go do that. Know how to do that. Okay, I will say about the movement here. Movement's different. I usually take a 45. That's like my... Really, a sub 50 is fine. It's not... Again, we're talking 5 seconds, 10 seconds in the grand scheme of things. So if you get like a 41 in your attempt, awesome. But like you're not gonna get. It's not gonna make or break your run. So, I come here. Now I have 80 rings, so we're good going into the lower section. But let's say I had 60. What I do instead is that I jump. I do a full hop or a full jump here, and I bounce off these badniks, and will get that gold, that little big old ring. It's got like 10 or 20, and that helps me get the upgrade for this next section here. Probably should make that in mind. Avoiding the items. Obviously, we do this because it's faster, but really make sure you're avoiding this ring at all costs because you'll get an item and that costs about like, I think it's like a second. So, and also avoid that item there. You'll notice in my like all day stages runs, I'm doing a lot of any percent movement in ADS because I personally emphasize doing that more. Okay, so the menuing here, I'm going to try to remember the inputs, but it's gonna be a little odd because I'm not actually doing it right now, so I may forget some things. So first you're gonna go to Flower Street and talk to this boy, Alexis. And then immediately you're gonna click down right. That's what you do next. And you notice the mashing speed isn't that, or the mashing isn't that fast. It's because that's the menu's speed. Like this is the fastest the menu goes. So there's really no way to speed that up. This is kind of peak. I will say you're like really good at mashing. If you go too fast on your mashing, you actually lose time because your input gets eaten. So be mindful of that. Okay. Okay, so first thing is Gaia Temple movement. I think my first, like, until DR, I literally don't make a mistake. Everything's kind of perfect here, so this is going to be helpful. So I don't do the homing attack here. Usually I do a homing attack. Do a little drift up this incline, and then you do a quick step, like, right when you're at the very edge of, I'm literally pointing with my finger, at the very edge of this little platform here. That's when you do it, because then you'll bonk into the door and you will still have freedom of movement while you're doing this cutscene here, so you can go into the stage a little bit quicker. Oh, what the hell? Hello? Okay, we're back. Cool. Weird. Okay, so this is day stage stuff. Again, just avoiding the items. I'm not gonna walk through where they all are. I do go for that. I go for handpin skip there. Just because it's not hard. But it could definitely kill your run. But I was also like min-maxing a lot. And then here you can avoid this item right here by jumping. I personally have found it to be slower because it's a second and then it takes a second to avoid the item. So it's like, it really doesn't matter. Depends on what your personal preference is. You can probably find a way to make both a reality, but you know, not that big of a deal. 109, okay. Chilling. Get the thing, Taz skip, all that stuff. Big chillin'. And it was a 231. I'm actually going to jump off. Fine. Okay, mission. Okay, so we have the ring missions. Make sure I'm not missing anything. And there's a lot of different routings for ring missions. The biggest thing is that you know, keep in mind that you're getting the rings in the fastest way you possibly can, not necessarily getting the getting through the level as fast as you can. And so there's a difference between the two, and I'm gonna get through some of those quirks in a bit, but yeah. So do a perfect start there, and then use the light speed dash instead of the boost, because you're gonna need it for this rail section. You come up here, homing attack as usual, boom, and then then you boost. Do RSG. You may miss that ring here. I did. It's not gonna impact that much. Okay, so this is where some people, you could go a different route, right? You could jump over this as we do in the actual level, and you cannot skip the loop in the rail, okay? That's one thing. But I think I do that. I do skip the rail. And so there's no rings here, right? So we don't actually need to take this loop. Now in the actual stage, there's like a 20 ring here, but in the ring mission, there's not. So instead what we can do is do that rail swap and it saves like a segment. So that's typically what I do. You may miss like 3 or 4 rings, but you can still go on the top route here, ABA. You know, no problem. So, and then I get a 851 exit. This is actually kind of shit for me. But this is great. Like an 850 is like 85x is gonna be your friend. Starting out for any percent, if you're like a high level player, you should be aiming for like a 910. That's with menuing, all that stuff. If you get a 910, you can still get like like a 232. So that's not that big of a deal. I think like a good any percent time now is 235 or below. Even though Kino yesterday got a 235 and it was like, you know, not that great. So again, we start, our cursor starts on Flower Street, so we just do down right. Boom. Mash through, then click left, go up one, because the menuing is super intuitive and great. We love it. Talk to Eric. He gives us that shit, and then we go to this shrine. Same thing here, except the timing of this door bonk is different, okay? So, what am I comparing against? I guess I'm average, maybe? I don't know. Do another drift here, because when you're on an incline, Sonic is reactive to inclines in this game, if you have not noticed. And drifting mitigates that. You actually get less, like, drag from the incline, so drifting's fine. Because I think drifting has its own set speed. So then come here, talk to Chip. And then I think it's the same, yeah, it's right here, right in the middle this time. You get a lot more leeway. You get the door bonk. And that same thing. You'll transform, and so there's going to be some mashing here. Make sure you don't overmash because you're using the A button, and you'll do a special attack if you're using the classic controller, that is. So what I like to do is I like to shield there as I'm doing it, just in case. Okay, so tutorials for this. Pretty simple for this. This is just good lines. So I'm actually gonna fast forward through it. And the dash, like there's no, I like to use this for like working on like dash buffers, but it's really not that crazy. Don't double jump over this, just do a diagonal jump and then double jump into the ring. So you need a double jump and sprint in order to go through that tutorial. This one here is pretty simple. You have to grab every ledge, right? Now, how I like to grab it is I like to have Sonic. You may have noticed I was a little bit above the ledge, but if we have Sonic as close and as parallel to the ledge as possible, that's going to take less time for him to grab it. So that's what we want to do. And then I pull up, I actually practice for DR2 skip right here. This is where I warm up for this, is that I make sure I do the same pulling up movement right here that I'm going to be doing in DR2. And that's typically helpful for me. It's pretty good. And I actually fucked it up, so I didn't get the dash buffer, which is great, thanks. And see how I go way above this pull here? Because I'm so above, I have to swing down, and so I can release a lot sooner. So that was actually cutting it kind of close, but Kino does that, and his grab is like so much shorter than mine. So then you just climb up a little bit and then double jump faster than climbing all the way. Why do we do it? Because it's faster. You want just the simple answer. Okay, so this right here, I think I do this optimally in this one. You come here, you line up yourself right here, and as they're coming out, they are movable. We can use our body to like body block them to go wherever we want them to. So we try to line them up. And then what I'm doing here, because I have no levels, right? I have no... Oh, it's AAB in the ring mission, you're right. Because I have no levels, what I can do to go a lot faster is that I am mashing, I believe it is the Y button, and then I'm immediately blocking after the hitbox comes out. I'm canceling that attack. This is helpful in a couple places. It's technically faster fighting, period, but it's much harder to do. This would be optimal fighting everywhere, is to just like, if you're going one-on-one with an enemy, of course. If you're in a crowd control is much easier with the combos, but I'm not gonna get into that. So then here. Now in HD, there are weak points on the enemies. So like the behind the enemy is a weak point, and so you do more damage. That does not apply to the Wii version. So it's pretty much just hit them wherever. Matter. So then you might have noticed right there as they were loading in, to get through this tutorial, you have to do the 3-hit combo. So you have to do YXY or XYX. You have to do at least one of them. And so as they were loading in, I did that combo to pass that check so I could go back to just beating down on them. So a 44, that's what you're aiming for. That's good. I think a 44 is fine. 44 to 42, we're chilling. This one's stupid. I hate this one a lot because Sonic's an idiot, and so he likes to miss. I have a timing for this now because I missed it so much. You're gonna notice right here, I throw it right when his second hand comes out. That's when I know he's able to get hit. So your reaction to that, make sure his hand is fully out. If you're even like a little early with it, boom, we're good. Boom, we're good. Someone just texted me. What up? I got a text. And then you come over here, and then you just do a diagonal jump. And I fucked it up. So it's all good. Okay. So then for this one here, you're just mashing the special attack button 3 times in a row. You don't need to hit the enemies. Nothing crazy. That's pretty much it. So. And your goal for this, I got a 13-13, which is crazy. I don't add the actual split timings, right? But what I will tell you for this is that if you can get out of here like behind 14 seconds, you're doing all right. Starting out, the night tutorials actually gonna whoop your ass, at least in my opinion. So anything behind like 14 minutes is a good time. Because the night stages are not intuitive, like at all. Okay, so Windmill Island 1. This is a really fun stage because there's a lot of different ways to approach it. So I don't even know how I approach it anymore. So I jump on that ledge, I do a dash jump into this fight, land right about here. Now, there's 2 different ways you can do this. There's 3 enemies, and there's 3 boxes. Throwing a box at an enemy when they're blue is always an insta-kill. Okay? So you can use those boxes and be totally fine. I think, though, getting the manip for them to come over to the boxes so they all line up and get hit by 1 box is really hard and inconsistent. So instead, what I do here, we just do the mash, the monster mash. And you should get done with the fight around 7 seconds. That's going to be, like, pretty good. The box strat is, like, 6, but, again, it's very, very inconsistent. So, and your goal in this first 20 minutes is just to get out. This becomes a dungeon very quickly. Even when you're like pushing like 3 hours, it's like it's a horrible dungeon. Okay, so then I'm gonna explain this. So get that here, and for this fighting, there's a couple different ways of doing it. It all depends on how Sonic throws it because he's kind of, again, an idiot, so he may not throw it to where you want it to. But I aim for this guy here. It does like 2/3 of damage. Then I go for another fully health, which kills this guy. And now sometimes that leaves the second one here with like a sliver of health, and then I throw the sliver of health at the fully one and it kills them. That saves about 2 seconds. So you should be coming to this like little barrier. 32 is, this is actually pretty bad. 32 is what you're kind of shooting for that fight. Okay, so you're gonna grab the medallion here. Now, what's super fun about this fight is that you come in, I take this cut really, really tight. Now, one, we do that because it's faster, right? But it's also about enemy manip. Enemy manip is really, really important to get their behavior consistent. And in some fights, it's a freaking mystery. And other fights, it's really easy. This fight is very easy. So you come over here. I just fight these guys. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, and it gets them over here. I do the 4-hit combo. And now we're gonna have other enemies loading in. So at this point, I can just set myself up to get them to move where I want them to. If I come to this box, I hold it. I get right underneath this awning right as the camera shifts. I wait for when I see the second hand. Throw. Run up. When I run into his body, I then run to the right. Now, because the camera is faced like this, it's like Super Mario World 3D. Not Super Mario World 3D. Whatever it is. Super Mario 3D World. Yeah, sure. And you hit this guy, and then you run immediately to the right. You're gonna be holding down and right, and then I hold up and right. I go around this table. You can get stuck on the table. So I come here. I make sure I come as far up as I can on this table, so I can get this enemy here that you see on the map. I want him to come towards me. Shield, grab a box. I missed. Oh man, that sucks. It's supposed to hit both of them. Go up here, and then I get out of this fight around 57. That's what we're kind of looking for, is a 57 exit. Now, the way that Kino does it is different, of course, and he gets the same time I do. So it really depends on what you think is easiest, right? It's not going to be about like optimal. This is kind of like chess, where it's like there's not really an optimal way to do it. There's multiple ways to do it optimally, and it's really about your comfort level and outsmarting and figuring out how to adjust when that inevitably fails. So I come here, I throw to the left, then I grab the one with fullest health, throw, and then the one with lowest health. I throw again, 1 hit, and then a 114. But even despite the fact that this was kind of a meltdown in the first couple bits, it's pretty good. Okay, so there is a way right here. I take this cut really tight. Now, sometimes if you take it too tight, the camera won't follow you. And that is technically the optimal way to do this, is to go so far in that the camera doesn't follow you, because Sonic's speed is a little bit faster for some godforsaken reason. And so you don't need to do a grab boost here to get higher. You just jump over and clear the gap. But or you do the grab boost, but you don't have to do a second jump to clear it. So grab boosts don't cut your momentum too much, jumps do. Double jump completely cuts your momentum. Grab the red there, that red capsule. We need that to get the dash attack for the next stage. Grab the medallion, Sonic. Thank you. Now, this is pretty interesting. This fight was kind of the bane of our existence for like the longest time. And what we learned is that we just use this little bit of Unleash that we have here. We activate Unleashed, and then we just use our overhead. And it immediately kills all of them. And same thing here. I jump right as they load in. That's my cue. And then they are not technically, this one gets hit by the startup, but you can see these two don't. This attack, or these enemies, are not technically like hittable or grabbable until they're fully loaded in. And sometimes you get lucky, and most of the time you don't. So this overhead ensures that they just die. So make sure you just finish them off with a couple hits. Jump onto the back of it, that way you don't have to turn at all. And then 148 is a freaking banger time. We love that. Okay. This stage is sick. Probably my favorite night stage. There's a couple ways to do this first approach here. I have save stated this beginning so many times. And it's rather fun. So what you can do, the most optimal way to do this is, again, we're talking like fractions of a second, right? It's not that big of a deal. There's these pots here that we can go through, and most of the time we just run through and then shield onto the button. The button's very temperamental. If you're not in the immediate center of it, it will not activate, and you have to stay there for like a second. It's not like HD where like you just run on the button and then boom, it works. You have to sit there for a sec. Now you could also dash attack through these pots, and that's going to save you a little bit of time, but it's not that big of a deal. Mash through here, come through, break, or sorry, not break, guard, stop yourself, see how I'm sinking, wait for the sink, and then Once I see it go green, that's when I know it's my time to go. And then grab this red capsule here for force, because we really want to have the 3-hit combo for Windmill Island Knight 3. I'm going to dash attack here, grab this guy immediately, throw him across, and then I'm going to do my left 3 times guard cancel. Now, I don't know. I'll grab this. Okay, so grab this force capsule here. Run through these pots. This is for my specific. You actually don't need that force capsule. But what I'm trying to do is that by the time I get to Arid Sands Knight, I want to have a specific level of force, because that allows me to get through the stage faster. And so I'm a bit more liberal with getting force capsules, because they only take like 1 or 2 seconds of difference to grab them, and it saves 30 seconds. So as long as you are not going out of your way for like 15 capsules, you're still going to get time save. Now, if you don't have the proper force management, by the time you get there and you went for the capsules, then you're just kind of, SOL. And that's actually what happened in this run. Okay, so I dash attack here, and as you dash attack, it pushes the enemy, pushes this Hornet right here, and it also stuns him, so he's not going to move. So I grab this box while this one loads in. Aim for it, throw it here. Now, if you wait just another tick, the Hornet, this third Hornet right here, will come up and approach, and you can throw it at all 3 of them at once. But again, that's taking up the chance, and it saves maybe half a second. So I just throw again. Okay. I run down here, shield to stop, because we don't want to do a dash attack and break these boxes, right? And I usually roll, yep, right there. Then I throw right there at the enemy. Wow, okay. And then I just dash attack through, and I can hit both of them. That was a good manip. I got bailed out by RNG there, but okay, so this is some sick ass movement. I love this part. So I come up to this staircase, and I do a dash attack diagonal up left as the camera shifts. Double jump, land on this ledge, dash attack across. And because the camera is skewed, doing a straight jump across keeps me with the diagonal speed. So it doesn't really matter. Even though I was straight, I still had full speed. Then buffer a dash run to the right. So I'm clicking twice on my stick to the right as I land. And then do a double jump. And then overhead boost. Grab. Now you can swing up here. There's really no big deal or drawback for it. It's just slower. But it is safer. Because as you see as I jump up, I'm going to do a double jump. I barely clear it. Immediately, I do a dash buffer, and then jump. Boost grab up. Do a double jump, land on the rail. Land on this little awning here. This is bell skip. Then just buffer a dash jump as you land. You get across. This is pretty much a perfect Mile 2. So far at least. We'll see what happens now. Dash attack through. I throw this way. Dash attack through this guy and hit this guy. Or sorry, I go this guy and then the other guy. Because this guy can sometimes moonwalk back, as happened yesterday. So, and then I just throw these guys, and I usually go by who has the highest health at first, then lowest health. I get this third red. That red is definitely superfluous, but I get it anyways because I'm old. From here, now Kino lines up right here. This is slower, right? But it's safer. I'm not against it. I will still always do this because this is like, for a couple reasons. One, the ledge is really thin here, and so getting a dash attack required a dash jump requires one, a good buffer, and two, it requires you to hold a proper angle. And I really like that, because this is how I prep personally for JJ4. Whenever I get to JJ4, I know if I did this well, JJ4 is going to go just fine. Because it's literally the same exact jump. I'm doing the same jump that I'm going to be doing in JJ4. And it lands me in a good place. So, and it makes the landing consistent for me, so I know what the movement is afterwards. Double jump there as you boost jump. 150 is crazy. I think this is a gold. It's not a gold. That's a gold, yeah. That's crazy. Damn. Okay. So, Windmile Night 3, pretty simple. This stage is pretty sick because you have to do a lot of enemy manip. So I come right here, and the camera's not gonna follow me, but I immediately cut right. As soon as I pass this door, it's a cut to the right. I jump over this pillar, and I land right about here because there's a force capsule there. I want it, so I grab it. Now the enemy manip here is pretty inconsistent. So the way that I like to do it, is that I will wait a tick and dash attack through this guy. Throw down, grab a box. Now you could wait and see those two guys gather together. It doesn't really happen that often, so I don't do it. Throw a box again, dash through here, throw up, then do a 3-hit combo while that guy lags behind, so I can grab him, throw, dash attack, throw over here, and then you can either dash attack and throw him at this barrier. The barrier will bounce twice, so it will kill him immediately, or you can just do a 3-hit attack. Doesn't really matter. A 29 is fucking goated. That is good RNG, and you executed well. So that fight, if you're starting out like a 34, 35, that's gonna be pretty good. Because learning how to like deal with the RNG, and also like RNG doesn't cooperate most of the time. I don't know why I did this. This is old routing. You don't need to get this red. I got it though. But like figuring out how to deal with good RNG when you get it, it's just as hard as dealing with bad RNG. So dash attack here, you want to land right on the red. This line is good too. So now if you're doing Kino's route, you miss the red and you get an easier manip, but the manip here isn't that bad. So I don't feel that bad. Come over here. I roll. You don't see it because this pillar. I roll right behind this guy. So I'm parallel to him, and as he spawns in, he cannot dodge me. So I use a 3-hit attack. I use my XYX because it's my lateral attack, not the one that, and it's faster, to take him out. I shield cancel it immediately after he's dead. Come back and grab a box. I stay about here. And I hope that these guys move down here. If they don't, they come together. So I run over for this other box and throw it here. A 48, 49, you're chilling. Now, this fight's cool. Kino's been rerouting this fight a little bit, but I think this is all reliable here. I come over here, and I, again, shield cancel to stop myself and not do a dash attack. I run all the way up here as he's spawning in, and position myself so I can do a nice little 3-hit combo, clap on him so he's dizzy, and I throw at all 3 of these guys and take them all out at once. If I miss him, it's fine, because I can just hit that. That's all good. Now, if I hit all 3 of them, I can then do a 3-hit combo still, and then throw this last guy here, which is actually way better. And I'm getting out here at 107, 106. Yep, make sure you dash attack, double jump, because if you don't double jump, you're going to get a dash attack, or dash, jump, double jump, and then do your 3-hit aerial combo. If you don't, you'll dash attack. That's what I'm trying to say. My bad. Come down here. This is the line. This is the best line to take. Then break those pots to get more red energy, more force energy, Gaia force, whatever you want to call it. Now, what's interesting about this part here is that we dash jump in, and you see that there's a cutscene starting. Well, we're still somewhat actionable, and we can activate our Unleashed. And because we don't want our Unleashed to run out during the fight, we wait to the last second and unleash it right as we land. So we come down here. Now this is very consistent, this fight manip. Jump up, overhead. 1, 2, 3. Get a clap here. Throw at those guys. It should take out at least 2 enemies. And then throw. That was like perfect. That was a perfect 1 mile 3. I remember this run being good. I remember it being like, yeah, 154. That's crazy. That's a crazy. Yeah. Jesus. So 2048. This is not realistic. Oh my god, that's a crazy exit. This is a very stupid exit. You want to be getting like a 21 3x starting out. This is nuts. That is a crazy ass exit. I don't think I can ever get that again. It's straight up. Because and you think like, okay, like that looked pretty easy and simple, and just because the Werehog is so finicky and the fight manip is so finicky, getting this consistent is rather hard. At least in my opinion. Okay, so there's 3 minutes of menuing. I'm gonna skip through it. You can just watch the VOD to see that. It's so boring. So I'm gonna skip through it. Okay. Because I want to get to this important boss fight instead. I would say for the menuing that like the reason why I'm not going through it is because it's simple. Like you just are clicking down, then right, and then up, and then doing stuff in Spagonia. It's not that crazy. Your options are so limited that you literally cannot mess it up. If you mess it up, fine, skill issue. But okay, so come over here, hit the rings, and then immediately boost when you're able to. You can mash boost in this fight because you're in an auto scroller. And in auto scrollers, you cannot trip. So just mash boost as much as you can. Now this fight is RNG dependent. Your positioning will be influenced by whether or not these boxes hit you, and they have huge ass hit boxes. So sometimes they cheat, and they hit you anyways. Over here, I like to mash QSS. We literally do not know whether or not that impacts anything. I don't think it does, but you know, I do it anyways just because it keeps my hands warm. I'm literally clicking through this and like my hands hurt just watching this, by the way. Go over here, hit. I go to the left, 1. Boost again. And then I go boost again for the second hit. And then I go all the way to the right and then do 2 quick steps in the middle here. So I'm lined up on this little discoloration of the incline. Okay. Let him bounce, boost again, and right when I see the rings, you can probably faintly see them here spawning in. Right when I see the rings spawn in, that's when I'm going to jump. Then I get the triple hit, bypasses his check, and you get an 18. Now that is not, I made it look easy, it is not easy. It's simple, but it ain't easy. And then I accidentally pause. Menuing, go back to Spagonia. Okay. So, come up here. This is for the same for the day, so I'm just going to go over this real quick. You go up, go through it, talk to the assistant, and then go up again. Boom, you're at Pickle's lab. That's for Shamar just as well. Okay, I will say for Halaska and Spagonia, I move my map. I move it right here. So, you're probably wondering, why is it such weird positioning? Well, I have Spagonia up here. I have Halaska up here, and Shunon is right here. So when it spawns in, I don't have to move my globe anymore down to get to it. I just already have it loaded here when I'm doing it. Because your position on the map is saved from the game. So I like to move it there, so when I exit the level, I can just easily menu. Come down here, you go, is it right? I think it's right. Click right, then up. No, where's it left? No, the upper left. Yeah. And then left, then down. And then left. And you're good. Okay. This is a day stage, so I'm going to skip through this, because I want to get to the mission, though. Okay. So this ring mission is pretty simple stuff, but it's got some quirks to it that I want to talk about. So first thing is that if you miss this, perfect start. It's not the end of the world, but if you fall, you skip the dash panel and you fall into the sled, and you will just keep the fall down momentum, which is near 0, for like the first little bit here, and it will lose you a lot of time. So don't do that. Come here. Don't boost. I jump up and boost. Helps you grab that ring there. Also helps you take that corner faster. And then I boost through this. I don't even know if it is faster, but I just make my life easier. Neutral stick, of course, as all day stage stuff. Jump here, just like in the day mission. All very simple stuff. Boost, 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 boost. Now I jump here for RSG. Now jumping here for RSG is kind of stupid. I won't lie. Because if you mess up this next section, you will skip past all the rings. So before, we actually didn't used to do RSG because it was so easy to skip past the section we need to go down to. We need to go to the lower level to get more rings. So what I did instead is that I was watching an old run from Cryptic Jackknife, and I saw what he did here, and that's what we do instead. So we jump up, and then we immediately land down, jump, and then homing attack. That cuts all of our momentum right there. And so we are here on this collapsible platform, are able just to stomp down. Now, if you're an idiot like me, what you can do is hold down the stomp button, and you can skip this little lip here because there's no ring here. Obviously, I didn't do that because I was on the pace of my life. So this is my PB, by the way, 2:30:59. I was 49 seconds ahead of it, 30 minutes in. That's a great pace. So I was like, I'm not gonna risk it for a couple seconds. But it saves you a couple seconds. So come through here, boost again, slide down, and everything else is the same. You may think that you need to jump up to Lightspeed Dash here. You don't. You can just mash boost, and then you get the Lightspeed Dash. Okay, the no break. This stage sucks. I hate this one a lot. I am following the 60 FPS Taz on this one. So there's a Taz of this mission. I'm following their movement. So they start here, move around, move around. Now the Taz, because it's psychotic, boost and takes this lower path here. I cannot do that personally. And honestly, I don't want to risk it. So I go to this upper path and boost through. Quick step to the right, which lets me take a sharper angle, and then I drift down. And then right here, to get more boost, what I'm going to do is I'm going to slide through this enemy, which gives me 1 on the action chain already. Now I'm at 2, 3, 4. Land on, and then you're not supposed to land on this rail, but it's still here. So we're here, and we're taking it in 3D. Now you cannot rail swap here. There's no rail swap mechanic or prompt to do, so we can't use a rail swap. Instead, we literally just jump up and land on it just like that. Now, in the day stage, right, what we like to do here is we like to boost one more time here. But we cannot control, when we're on this auto section, which dash panel we are going to hit. So if we hit this top one, which luckily I recognized it, if you boost, you are going to hit this ice. And you can't break the ice. That's the entire mission. So then you lose your run there. So instead, I just opt to not boost there, move around, come to this edge here, drift, and then go through. Most of the times, I actually drift through, then homing attack, or boost through, then homing attack, but I was so nervous at this point because of how far ahead I was. So, and you'll notice how much time I'm going to lose, like a second or two. Now boost here, make sure you're hitting the center of these dash panels. Center. If you miss it, if you miss the center of the dash panels, you are going to get onto a bad angle with the last dash panel, and you're going to hit the side. See how even close I am with a good angle. Then just hold straight. Wait till you're past all the ice, because you have such a big hitbox when you boost, and then boost. You'll keep your speed. Don't worry about it. Not much time I lose them. I lost 2 seconds. 2.3 seconds. No big deal. Okay. Immediately you're going to load into the Spagonia menu, and you're going to click right where you load in, Main Street. And then you're going to click left to go to the temple. Okay, I should probably talk about this movement here. So there is some theorizing on this movement. These lips here are not cool with your jump height. They are actually pretty lame with your jump height, and they will cut you off. So you can, and they love to eat your inputs. So you can roll the dice and find a way to make the movement so that you're going straight ahead right to the night door, right? What I do instead is that I come to this lower part of the waterfall and jump here and then go up and then go around. I don't know if it's faster or slower, but it is less annoying. And that is why I run any percent, because I can do less annoying strats instead of always the most optimal ones. Yeah. I come here, take a hard right. Camera's going to be following you, catching you up. Hit those barrels to get reds. I missed one of them. All good. We're going to dash attack here through this guy. Grab him. Throw him. And then we're going to wait for all of them to land. And then I start my combo as they land. I don't hit them with it. And I hit them with the last or the first, or I guess hits 2 through 4 of my combo, my 5-hit combo, and that kills them. Because it swings around, allows me to do area control. Okay, so see where these rings start here? We're gonna go like right here to the shadow, and we're gonna do a dash jump. This doesn't save any RTA time, it saves IGT time, but you know, maybe we'll be IGT one day. Smile? Clueless? Okay, land. You activate chip. These guys spawn in. Now we're going to use a box strat here. We're going to run down, stay straight on this line, and then go to the box. Grab the box, throw, and then we're just going to do our 5-hit combo and take them all out all at once. Now, see how I expertly threw this box right on the button? Because it wasn't centered, because it wasn't fucking centered, it decided to not press down the button. So you have to run over here. It costs like a second. Stand on the button. Once the door goes up, you are good to run over here and stay running as the shield goes down because the door will immediately close. And you can go under the door as it's closing. I come here and grab this red. Grab that red. If I can grab it. Thanks. Run. Oh my god. I probably am saying the same exact things as I'm doing this run. I think I activate Unleashed here. Is this the new strat? Let's see. Yep, I do. Okay. Come here. We're going to do our overheads. And then your Unleashed runs out by the time you get over here. And he shields for me because he's super nice. And then you just do this fight. Dash through. Throw. And then throw him at the barrier to get a double hit. This is actually a pretty slow fight, but it's okay. Go down through here. Actually, if you watch my attempt from yesterday, that fight was actually more optimal. Come here, grab the red, roll over, play dead. And then we're gonna do a overhead boost here, right here. Now we line up. If you cross this stupid line where this part is on the fence, you will activate the shield here because this game sucks dick. So we're gonna activate Unleashed, and then immediately, as we are activating Unleashed, we are mashing the dash button, and we're going to do a dash attack, and then roll our stick to the left as we do this dash attack. And this is perfect right here. This is going to skip the cutscene, as well as get you past the barrier. Stays here, and then you go. Most of the time, it pans up to the tower, and that loses like 3 seconds. So come down here. If you still have Unleashed over, you can do an overhead attack on these enemies, and it won't take them out, but it will do a little bit of damage. Instead, I run through them all, get a box, hide in the corner because I've been a bad boy, and then throw the boxes at them, and they'll usually all gather around you and kill them all. And right here, I get the ring, and then right when I see Sonic lined up, I just double jump again. Oh, I fucked that up. I was a little early. And then we're going to do a diagonal jump through this red. I mentioned this yesterday, but there's a red right here that you can grab. And it doesn't cost you that much time. But the camera sucks, and if you fall, you are like fucked. So I don't go for it. But I think it would be more optimal for Dragon Road, because you'd have a strength upgrade. That is also why I think I'm actually being a lot more liberal on it, because DR Night 2 and Night 3, you save about 5 seconds as you have good force management, because you have a strength upgrade through both. And the fights in them really suck if you are underpowered. So I try to get overpowered. I'm remembering things as I'm watching. Okay, grab that red. Hi, Kino. Spec mod me. Goated map movement behavior 100 emoji. Shut your whore mouth. Maybe we'll be IGT one day. Nope. Okay, so grab this red here. I'm gonna walk through kind of this movement. I'm sorry, I don't have chat open as well. Oh, you know what? I can do a pop out. Boop. Hold. Come through here and start this. Now I dash attack through this guy, throw across, and then I dash attack through these two gentlemen here. Now there are 2 hornets that spawn, right? And I want them dead. So, what I do is that I grab this one, throw it at this guy. Or maybe I do it in reverse order. The one closest to me, then the one furthest. Sometimes it'll take out the 2 guys as well, but it's fine. If it doesn't, then do the first 4 hits. Come around, I do a 5-hit attack. I line myself up with both of them. So I start my attack, the first 3 will kill them. And then I end with my clap on the middle. And then I just throw them into each other. This skip is really easy, but it's really easy to fuck up as well. What you do here is you get to this rings, the end of these rings, and you're right here on this, what is this? A buttress? Sure. Column. That's the thing. You go to the column here, and you go right in front of the column. Stop yourself. Double take 3 times. And then I run straight into the wall here to set myself up. And then jump out. Double jump over. And that's the fight skip. Boom, you're good. Go to the left here to grab this force capsule. And then what I like to do is, again, different movement for different shakes. But I come down here, I start rolling to position myself. I position myself right on this line, and both these 2 idiots should fall down where I want them. But sometimes he's an idiot and doesn't do it. So then I have to hit these guys, and it loses me like 6 seconds. Or 4 seconds. Awesome. Thanks, game. I love Sonic Unleashed for the Nintendo Wii. Okay, so you can jump, so we can just dash jump over these spikes, right? But remember how I said earlier that it takes a second for these buttons to sync? Well, this is actually be used to our advantage here. We can get onto the lip of this button and double jump over, and because we're so much higher up, we can also clear it. Sometimes you land on the spikes and then you can keep going, but I don't want to do that, so I just double jump over them. Or dash jump on the button and I just clear them. So I grab that birdie. You guys can't see me with my hands and stuff. I grab that birdie and make sure when I grab it, it's hitting the hornet in front of me, but it's also chipping on the side of this guy here. So boom, that guy's dead. I'm gonna throw this one into this hornet, get them done, and then boom, kill it. Now you could do the way that it's optimal is do the one with the highest health instead, throw it at the hornet, or sorry, the one with the lowest, and hit it at the birdie with the highest health, then throw the birdie that's left over at the hornet. But that kind of leaves it up to chance of the hornet's behavior, and I want this guy right in front of me so I can see it, and not using an audio cue, because I'm listening to music most of the time I'm doing 80% runs or an audiobook. And I'm gonna be real with you, is 0.4 seconds worth not having a podcast or audiobook or music during a speed run? I don't think it is. So instead, I put him in front of me, and right when he evaporates, that's when I activate my Unleashed. Because I'm gonna have a cutscene here. And I want my Unleashed to run out after this fight, but I want Unleashed for this fight so I can take out these hornets. Jump up, use my overhead attack so I can kill them. And then, boom. That was actually really good that they all gathered. And then I come right here and I line up right where this window is. And as this goes down, I can't move past this even above. So as this goes down, my Unleash should run out. I come up. Oh, I don't even do it. I didn't feel confident. So instead, what I'm doing is that I come up here and I just do a double jump, overhead boost, up, grab this bad boy, and then I come and grab this force, and then diagonal dash attack. I grab this. I don't need to. You don't need to grab it. You can just land on the roof. Land on the button. Make sure you land on the button. Because if you don't, you're fucked. So make sure you land on the button. And roll back over. 135 is pretty garbage, but, you know, I didn't have the best fight RNG. Okay, so if you're starting out, you're not going to be doing the wall movement here. The wall movement is really hard, and I feel like, it's just very hard. So I had to save state a lot to get it, and so and it's very inconsistent. So regardless if you get it or not, you're gonna have to learn this back up, and I don't get it in this run. This is like the first big flaw of the run. So I come up here. Oops. Wait, do I get it? No. Okay. Like, wait, that looked kind of good. All right, come over here. Now, I don't want this guy to go where he finishes his cycle. If he does this, he will not be able to be glitched. So instead, I wait for him to get right above this lip. So, because if I hit him down, he will go like all the way down into the abyss. We don't want that. So we hit him right on the lip, right here. Come down, hit him one more time. Then before he even, right when he starts moving, okay, we want him to move just a little bit, and then we hit him again. If we go too soon, the glitch will fail. So wait for him to start moving, because that's where his cycle's supposed to end. So hit him again as he starts moving forward, because the game thinks that he's now the next one. And then we can grab on this bad boy, and we skip the fight. Now, here's how this game works. If you have a fight activated already, and you haven't taken out the enemies, that does not mean the other fights will not activate, but they will not spawn in the other enemies. And the only way out of these enemies, you saw this yesterday when I was doing the run, is that if the enemies are defeated. So, if you fail this next skip, you get soft locked. So keep that in mind. You could also do the fight here. It costs like 20 seconds. I get the red there. I don't know why I did that. That's stupid. I think I was feeling insecure about my force management. Okay, so this happens a lot. You come over here. You want to immediately double jump right when you land. And sometimes it gets eaten because this game sucks. And you do that, you fall to your death. It just happens. Okay? I think this is when I started getting really nervous. Because, again, 47 seconds ahead. And I had, like 2 hours left of the run. Come up here. Now, as I mentioned earlier, you can run on this little lip here. And so we actually jump off this pole early and then just wall run up. Except I didn't do that because I'm a little wimp and was peeing my pants because I'm 5 years old. So, okay. Now, there's two different ways to do this fight skip. So, the first one is that you run back here, get the camera to reset, and do just a normal diagonal jump forward. We want to land like right about here in front of these rings, because then we skip the fight, right? I don't do that because I think it's really complicated and glitchy and stupid. So instead, I just activate Unleash and I do a dash buffer jump. Immediately, come here, double jump, and then I do one overhead. I think I do a second one. Nope, no I don't. And I get right there. So as long as you're holding upright, you're good. And then I lose 30 seconds because I played like garbage. It's great. Okay. Menuing there, it's different for GameCube, so I'm not going to go through it. Okay, this is when the run starts falling apart, but we're still going to talk about it. Menuing. Okay. Alright, so this first fight is pretty simple. This movement's pretty simple. Just take your tight corners here. Dash jump. And then I like to line myself up right here with the center guy, but angle myself this way. Okay. Then hit so that my last hit takes out all three of them with the AoE. And then I start my combo again after I shield cancel as they're running up. And that will take them all out with the last hit. Although that one guy didn't get hit by my first attack, so whatever. It's fine. Come here, dash attack through. I like to go into the wall as well. If I know it's gonna be good and a good lineup because sometimes you don't get the double hit. If I hit the wall and go to the wall here, then I'm right here. I'm perfectly parallel. It takes them both out instantaneously because they're purple enemies. It takes 2 throws to kill them. Okay, so you need the double hits right here, and then I do a special attack, hit him once, then overhead. Gives me just that much more force than I would like for Night 2. Because you're mashing through the result screen, I don't always know whether or not I have enough force or if I gotten a level up. So I think if I had paid more attention, I probably would know that I already have the level up here. By the way that I'm fighting these guys and the strength I have, I think I already have the level up, but we'll see. Oh, okay. So come here. You are naturally stopped at this point. Like, the game just stops you for some reason. I don't know why. Maybe it's because it's like doesn't want people just to fall in the water, but you're stopped. Now, the cool thing about this is that it actually lines us up perfectly for this jump. You're going to hold down and a little bit to the right to make this jump. Boop. And you land on this guy. Okay. Now, I come through here. Kino and I handle this fight really differently, but this is how I do it. I come here. I run forward to lure these guys, get baited. So they can run forward towards me as I take out these first two guys. I hate that it's like scrolling down as I'm just like hovering. It's great. Right here, dash attack through. And we're going to throw right here. Got a double hit. Oh, it didn't happen. Awesome. Thanks, game. And then if you don't, it's okay. Just do a normal thing. But if it works out, then dash attack through those next two enemies, just like how we did in Windmill Isle 2. And then throw the enemies at each other. Yeah. Okay, so this angle here is really odd. Doing this jump, this is where like I start to poop my pants in movement. Because your jump can be eaten if you're not careful, and 2, your angle really does matter. So you come here, I take a wide angle out, and then go sharp. So I go out, come through here, then jump right on this edge. As the camera switches, do not change your angle on your jump. You will cut down your momentum. Wait until the camera fully shifts, and then do a double jump, and you'll clear over. Okay. Come through here. Your jump might get eaten here, but it's no big deal. I do the overhead so I can grab force here. You don't have to do this. I think I was just on... I think, honestly, until night 3, I kind of was just fucking around. I knew the run was good, and I was nervous about it, but I was also in experiment mode. This was like done at like 3 p.m. So I usually do my runs, at least back in the day. I was doing them in the morning. So, okay. So this setup here, make sure you're not mashing anything or mashing jump before chip comes up, okay? We're going to mash through the menuing. Make sure you're not mashing it too much. And then jump. Then you double jump right here, just like how we did in the tutorial, right? So that we're parallel with this. We get a minimum swing, immediately release. And then if you have a notched controller, the way that I do this is that I'm going to swing up here. Swing. I'm going to hit this wall right when I see the purple. I know I've hit the invisible wall. Not invisible wall, the barrier for the fight. This is around the lever, right? And I'm holding right above the notch, the upright notch. And then I'm just going to be grab boosting a couple of times. Not full grab boosting. I'm not holding down the jump button. I'm doing light hops as I'm holding right, and then Sonic will land right on this little lip here, and then I jump over. That was kind of scuffed, but, you know, it's okay. 145 is great. I'll take that. And notice, despite me getting those forces, I only lost 2 to my gold. Okay, so, like, again, getting force capsules is not the worst thing in the world. If you're feeling insecure about it, I would want to see, actually, hold on 1 second. No, okay. So notice how, even though I did really good force management, I was 100 short of the strength upgrade. So this is where I'm saying is like, despite the fact that I was going out of my way, I was 100 short for my attack level. So I wasn't at attack level 2, which is what I want to be at. That requires 10,000. I was at attack level 1. So this stage, depending on what force level you're at, is going to dramatically change. So this is going to be your underpowered routing. Jump through here. Jump up. Do a diagonal jump so that you are flush with this wall. You should land on it. You may get like halted a sec, but you shouldn't be stopped by it. Come over here. I'm going to do a Were Claw attack. Get them up. And then I turn around so that they don't teleport. Because while they're up, they are stunned. But if I attack them, they might teleport because they're still in an active state. So I come over here. I do 1, 2. And then I make sure that my whip hits at least one of them to get them stunned. And then I go back around and make sure that they're all killed at the same time. Make sure all these enemies are killed at once, because you do not want them to fall down. That's going to cost you a lot of time. So I come through here. I was supposed to dash attack through, but that's okay. This is a really scuffed fight. Throw. Throw. Okay, that was horrible. You're supposed to dash attack through them and just keep throwing at each other. You're not supposed to be using the 5-hit combo, but I got fucked up. Also, I die here. This is probably the worst part of the run. Come through here. You're going to hold up and right. If you hold too shallow, you'll fall into the water and die. Okay, yeah. And don't jump that far in. I don't know why I did that. That was stupid. I think I was thinking about getting this force capsule here, but then I thought better of it. So I don't know what that was. I don't know. Maybe I do that though next time. Yeah. So I talked about this movement before. You're coming over here. I come out because this lip can eat your inputs. So I make sure that I jump like the same spot to deal with just to deal with the weird geometry. Okay. Dash attack here, run over it, then right when I get to this lip, I pivot, do an overhead boost. And then again, with this same incline, it can eat your jump. So I just dash attack, or not dash attack, dash jump as I'm on that little lip there at kind of the same spot. And then overhead boost up. Before it finishes, I grab, come down. I have so much time to work with. And then I swing here. Now, there's two ways to do this. Because I'm so quick, because I'm so good. If I don't do this wall run, I have to wait for this piece of shit to turn around and then land on his head and do all that stuff. But I don't want to do that because I'm fast. So I swing here, let the momentum take me, do a double jump, and then I'm... Oh, gosh. Didn't mean to do that. Sorry. And then I am rolling my stick to the left and up. I'm doing kind of like... I'm holding left and I'm rolling it to the up. So like if I'm it's like going at 9 o'clock, rolling it to 12. I'm doing that over and over. And this time it was only once because it was a really good roll. You come here, you can actually do, instead of an overhead, you can just do like a regular attack. I find the timing a lot weirder, so I don't do it. It is faster though. Now, two ways you can do this. I do this, this is the safe route. Instead of taking the waterfall or going to the pole, and so what I do is I just do a little wall run here, turn around so I can skip some of the climbing, and then immediately jump off the pole. So I'm just there, and I just do the regular movement. Just saves a little bit of time, and saves me, like, peace of mind. Okay. Gonna grab this thing here, throw it. As it throws, dash. You're good. Now, there is a force capsule here to grab, but because I was already 100 short, I know I'm getting the strength upgrade for night 3, okay? So I'm not really worried about it. That's all I'm kind of worried about. So I hold up and left here. I'm holding up left into the notch as I pull up, okay? That has Sonic. See how he's lined up right here? It's going to give you enough space to maneuver and jump, right? So that's why I do that, because if you pull up regularly, it's going to land you right here. This time, it puts me right here. That way, my dash jump, it gives me more time for it to come out. Again, that wasn't a lot of time either, but it makes it rather consistent. 208 makes me want to vomit. It's fine. Still save time, though. All good. Okay. This is just plain movement. You can do that instead of the jump. And then you basically, all you have to do is like lightly turn that. The way that I do this is that I go until Sonic is just facing that way. Straight on. That way I can just immediately move instead of having to move around the... What even is that? The wheel? Lever? Sure. The lever. Do a dash jump here. Don't die. I grab on the first one just because I'm playing it safe. I do a double jump. Now, here's the thing. As is noted in Arid Sands 4, you can do a fire skip here. It doesn't save a lot of time, maybe like 2 or 3 seconds, but it's wildly inconsistent. And most of the times when you get it, the fire pulls you back in so you get hit again. So just use the water barrel. Makes your life easier. Then I wait way too long to throw it. You can throw it right when you get to this green area right here. This little tiny green. That's when you can throw it. Come over here. I come to the very left because this bridge loves to eat your inputs. I go to the very left and then jump where I jump at. That's kind of like my consistent part. Hold left so I can beeline it here as this camera swivels around. Hold left still as I do a little wall run there. Dash jump. Dash jump again. And then I do a double jump and boost over so I don't have to take this third platform. Okay. And then we're going to boost grab. Up. Jump over. And then again, I line myself up right here for a wereclaw. Oh, I don't do that. Okay, never mind. I do a 5-hit combo. I'm lying. I guess I've changed that. I just forgot. Hit him, get him dizzy. Make sure I throw him into the birdie. That's going to kill him. Oh, wow. What an asshole. That's so stupid. Okay. I'm over here. We're just going to do another wall run. This is probably the best place to practice wall runs, by the way, because there's no risk of dying, and it just gets you familiar with the movement. So, probably practice it. Okay, so 2 routes you can do here. You can come right here to this edge and jump right across and wall run up. It's 2 wall runs. It's not too hard, but the risk is very stupid. So instead, we jump to this first platform here and then just dash jump across. Now, what you don't want to do is what I do here. I jump and I die. We don't want that. My jump got eaten, so I had no force. So you need force here to do a 3 attack. And notice how I lost 18 seconds because of it. So Chunon was not good. Chunon was not good. Okay, I've already walked through DGP, but I'm going to do it again. Come through here. Go to this first platform. Throw it at him. Easy money. And then we're going to do... Wait for him to come back. Do our guard cancel jabs. This is where it's really helpful. Do the QTE. You don't need to rush it. Depending on how fast you do the QTE, it does not make the fight faster. So just take it easy. A, B, X. The only time the QTE needs to be done super fast is Dark Gaia boss fight, like Day. Come through here, land. Now watch. Now I stay here. I am completely still. My hands are not on the controller at all while they're doing their Resurrection Phoenix thing, okay? Once the camera changes, that's when I start moving. I want to make sure I jump because this attack will hit me because it sends out a shockwave. So I'm jumping in the air while they set up the shockwave. Then I jump again, get onto the platform. It makes dodging the attack harder, but it's going to make this fight maneuver easier. So as they're going, they're about to fly away, right? I wait for them to face their butt towards me. Butt is faced, I throw. Boom, there we go. I roll over. Notice I'm rolling. That rolling's intentional. It's so that I'm not sprinting or showing anything else. I want to make sure my movement is consistent. I don't know if you sprinting over there is going to do anything different, but I know for me, as I was testing this out, rolling there made sure that I was communicating with the enemy's AI as consistently as possible. I was getting this every time. Okay. Then it's going to attack before this flag. This is really, really good when it's right about here in the trees. We want it to hit us before it gets to this flag. So I shield here, let it hit us with the shield. Then it's going to fly over. It's going to come right over. As it's coming in, we throw. It'll come down, and then it'll fly over, and we're going to do our jab attacks once again. QTE, again, don't rush through it. And the same thing that we did last time, right? We're just waiting. Camera changes, we go. Jump. There. Wait for him to face us. Or start to turn away from us, I guess. And he's able to be hit. Then he'll face us. He's in his hitting animation. And then we're good to go. And then again, the same jabs. This time we just mash through because we don't need the QTE. And then we hit him on his head, on his noggin. He dies. 219. That is free. That is a literally free time. 5301 is great. So here's how I like to do this. How I like to practice this game. Starting out, you need to be practicing to here. You want to go all the way to DGP. Because if you're good at day stages, you don't need to practice rooftop run in a context, really. It's not going to lose much time if you fuck it up, right? You do need to be practicing Begonia Night, Chunon Night in a run setting situation because your force could be different depending on what you did and how you managed it, right? So make sure that you're focused on how I'm managing force, what am I doing, what's my force route. Obviously mine wasn't optimal there. And then also getting Dark Gaia Phoenix into context. And if it's good enough, keep the run going. And if it's not, reset. So for starting out, I get a 53 here, which is fucking fantastic. But what you really want to be getting here is around like a 56 to start out. This used to be first hour speedrun. So when I was starting out, this was 59. So anything short of an hour, that's good, in my opinion. And then I'm gonna skip through these guys. I'm actually gonna skip through the boss as well because it's the biggest nothing burger of all time. You ain't gotta worry about it. And we're gonna go to Halaska Night because this is where important stuff is. I could be going through it, but I don't want to give you guys information overload. So I'm just gonna go through the stuff that's super important. That way you just process it. There will be a test later, by the way. Okay, so come over here. We dash immediately. That dash can be eaten, so make sure you're mashing the stick to keep running, okay? So you're not just doing it the double tap. That can get eaten by the snow for some goddamn reason. I don't know why. So I mash the entire time. And then I go. Once I know he's running, then I'm just holding the direction. Going to this pot here, gonna jump on top of it, double jump. Honestly, what you could do is shield, then jump. But I don't know. Anyway. Then we're gonna double jump up. We're gonna roll our stick again, so we can jump up here. And then I go to this wall. This loves to eat your inputs right here. The snow does. And so I go to this wall and hug it. I hit the wall and then I do a dash jump. And that keeps my input the entire time. You can also run back and then dash jump to make sure it comes out. Both work. I come here. I grab force behind the campfire here. Then because this is story style, we hit this ice with an overhead. Okay. It should be 1, 2, 3. All 3 hits. It should not just be the first, like 1 and 2. 1, 2, overhead. Then it destroys it. If this was like all night stages style or like an IL, you would just mash like how we did in Dark Gaia Phoenix. We're just doing the jab cancel. Okay, so I come here. You can do this many different ways. It's going to get you at the same time because we're waiting for these assholes to move towards us. So notice how I love the enemies in this game. I do a Wereclaw. I forgot about this. I do a Wereclaw because I know they're going to do the same exact manip anytime and I want more force. So yellow gives you 1.5 times and then green gives you 2 times. So just to keep that in mind. Now you could grab that force capsule to the right there, but I don't. I don't know why I always think about American Psycho during that. Maybe I was watching like an American Psycho video essay. I was doing that. And I dash attack into this. It doesn't do really anything. Overhead. Boom. The triple overhead. And then I hit this for Unleashed because I want it for this final fight. So I hit this for Unleashed and I diagonal jump hard. I have my controller for me. Into like the upright notch. Okay. And that lets me clear this sometimes it doesn't, like it did there. Then I run through. Now, there's a way to do this. It's really fast and you're dodging through and you're staying center. But I think that's stupid and I want more force from this ice here. This ice has Gaia energy in it for some reason. I don't know. I don't know what happened when Gaia got dispersed, but it went into this ice for some reason. So I actually take a break here, wait, and then keep going. Because I fucked up, I actually didn't have to wait. Then I go get the same thing from this ice, more Dark Gaia energy, activate Unleashed. Now, you activate Unleashed because these enemies are here and they're not attacking you, not doing anything stupid. We're going to first grab these guys and throw them into their respective closest parties. There, come over here, overhead. Another overhead. Kill them all. That's a perfect last fight. We love that. And that was a gold. That's sick. Hype. Okay, this stage will kill your run. Straight up. You're going to lose a lot of runs to this stage. At least starting out. I know for maybe veteran runners you won't, but I know for me, when I was starting out, this stage killed a lot of runs. So, if you're doing second half runs, this is where I start. I start at night 2. I skip night 1 because it's a nothing burger. You cannot fuck up night 1. You can probably fuck up the movement, but you're not going to be fucking up, like, the stage. So, like, you're not going to die. So, night 2 is where you can get a game over, and night 3 is where you can get a soft lock. So, we want to start there for second half. So, we start here. Run through, get these unleashed force from the ice, and then instead of boost grabbing up, we can just jump up with a double jump. Triple overhead. Going to run through these pots and grab an unleashed capsule. And then wall run up. Actually, just kidding. We're going to boost jump because I was being a pansy. So there you go. And then Kino does this really cool thing. I have never learned how to do it. That's one of the reasons why I don't run the stage ILs wise. I just don't know. I've save stated it. I don't know what I'm doing. So I come over here. I jump. Now you can actually slide down the pole, land on this, and then dash jump across. But why do that when this is just as easy and it only costs a second? I don't know. So I don't do it. And then roll down here for that capsule. And then you're gonna dash jump into the up left notch. And if you do it right, you get like a full perfect jump. You should go all the way to the third pole here. But because I'm playing it safe, I just do a double jump to cut my momentum and get a faster swing. And then you can also do the same thing here. You can clear that entire gap with one dash jump. Now I have Unleashed, and this fight is really stupid. So instead of having to think and big brain it like Hino does and have to pray to the RNG gods, instead we're just gonna be a monkey with a stick and just bang a lot of things. So we're gonna activate our Unleashed. We're gonna jump overhead. They're dead. Come over here. Make sure we don't get hit by ice, but I got hit by ice because I was being funny. Overhead. Overhead. Get them all gathered together. Overhead. And that was not a good fight. Now, even with the bad fight, exiting this at 57, we're chilling. That's great. We'll take that. Okay. So, this is really interesting here. If you do not stop, like hard stop. A hard stop is stopping with a shield cancel. Okay, so I stop. Or maybe I don't. Maybe it's with the double jump instead. I don't know. Either way, if you keep any momentum here, you're going to run on the wall and you're going to get fucked up. So make sure you double jump here and then overhead boost up. And then I like to grab this instead of doing a grab boost because it makes my life easier. Come through here. You can either take the bridge or just dash across like I do. And then there's two ways to take this jump. This jump here where we're skipping this platforming section. You can either run through this little gap or break these pots and then jump. I like to break through the pots, then jump, because it just gives me a better angle. And I feel like my inputs get eaten less there. What am I doing? Hello? Duckweed? You okay? Are they stupid? What am I doing? What am I actually doing? What is this? Okay. Don't follow this movement. This is stupid movement. I think I'm just having like a mental breakdown during this. Okay. I love losing 10 seconds because of bad movement. That was just bad movement. That was nothing else. Also bad fight. Okay. Go through here. We're gonna do our triple overhead, just like normal. Dash attack. You're probably gonna get hit by that spike. It's okay. You gotta get a perfect jump. Then when I come to this section here, I pause and do a little break. And then I do the diagonal jump. I come out so I don't get hit by the ice when it starts up, but it makes that way easier and more consistent because sometimes the camera won't shift with you and your analog stick gets eaten. So just take a little second to hard stop with the shield cancel and then do the dash jump. Land on the button. Good. The rest of this is just movement. Open the door. Climb up. Okay, so for this skip, this is kind of unintuitive. So we're actually gonna go out of bounds here. We can get back in bounds because they gave us a sunroof to look at that we can just jump down through, which is really funny. So we come through here, and I'm gonna jump like right here where that black part is. Underneath, like second, I guess the third 1, 2, 3 at this black part right here. I'm gonna jump up, jump out, and then double jump immediately and come back in. Now there is a wall here, obviously. Dumbass, I see that. But it comes down, it extends down. So if you come too far out, you'll get stopped by the wall. So make sure you go in enough that you're inside the wall. And then make sure right here, you see this little drop down. That does actually drop down. It drops it to a floor. And if you're not careful enough, you can get stuck there. You can overhead boost out, but it costs a lot of time. So make sure you jump over it. And then there's like an upper portion here in a lower portion. I like to jump, make sure I don't go into the upper portion. I want to be right on top of the door. If I do that, instead I fall down. I'm running on the ceiling. You can see my little feet. And then I jump, I grab that force there, and then I come through, do a hard left, and then I immediately dash jump as this cutscene activates. So I'm landing right next to the ice. Okay. You have to jump as late as possible to land right next to the ice, but you know, it's fine. Then overhead, we got it. Now come over here, and we're gonna do this hard left maneuver, roll to 12, 9 to 12, 9 to 12, and then dash jump over to this part here. And now because we're on an edge, and because I've rolled, I can actually roll twice in the air. So I roll once, roll again in the air, 101, looking cool. And then we're just gonna take these corners really tight. I jump right here at this black part or dark part. So I can do a diagonal jump, take that line better. Then I jump at the lighter part to get this right here. And then we're gonna do another triple. I can. This is when I'm like actually freaking out. Okay, so there's two ways to do this. Kino likes to do this with a diagonal with a pause buffer. I hate our pause menu in this game. I think it's horrible. I think it's unhelpful. So the way that I do this, Tess crying. The way that I do this is that I have a visual cue that I use. And then I hold the same angle always. So I'm always holding into my upright notch. Maybe different for you depending on your controller. But for my controller, I hold in the upright notch. Okay. So and it gives me a more shallow jump, but it gives me the correct height. So I come over here and I line up right at the very edge of this tile. Where this tile is at, that is where I jump. So I jump right at the corner here and see how sharp I'm holding that angle. If you're not a perfect diagonally, you're not a perfect diagonal, you're going to go really far, which is great. You get faster speed. But what we're jumping through is that there's a fight trigger right about here, and on the ground here. We're jumping right through here, right through this little portion. They did not put the fight trigger through. This little tiny rectangle. We're making Sonic fit right through that. And so here's how you know you got it. One, the fight doesn't spawn. But two, you know you're going to get it if you land right here. Now, if you're on the Wii, and I don't know about Wii U or Dolphin, but I know for the Wii, if you are on save file 3 or below, you are at risk for a soft lock if you fail this skip. It is only if you fail the skip, not if you just activate the fight normally. I don't know why that is, but as a victim of this crash, I can tell you that the game has literally soft locked on me multiple times. And once had a run night, my 3-hour PB, that night, the game had soft locked 4 times in a row on me. It was horrible. And it was right here. So, and like, it's really annoying, and it's like, there's no, like, you're not restarting the game. Like, the game literally crashes. So, be careful of that. Don't run on save file 3 if you're on original hardware. Do something else. And then I just follow my movement here. Nothing crazy. 130. That's okay, I guess. And then we're gonna go through Dark Moray. You just click down in this menuing, by the way. You literally just come straight and then you click down. Okay. Dark Moray. Let's do it. Okay, so for this one, over attack, the triple over attack after we dash attack. Easy stuff. That's first phase. And then when we come in here, now I actually run on top of the Moray, which isn't supposed to happen. I do a diagonal jump, double jump again, and then I'm supposed to be doing a triple hit here, but I don't. And then I do a 4 attack with so the way you do this is that you do, you start a 3-hit combo, and then you do a special attack during the 3rd hit, and you'll do a Wereclaw. And that's how you get some more damage on. So come through here again. Overhead triple. And then you just hit once. Make sure you're avoiding enemies, all that stuff. And then right here, come in again. Triple. And then I should have gotten one more hit in, but it didn't work. Run over, make sure you're getting that. And then hit him. Special attack. And then I guess for some reason I ran on him again because this game hates me. Then here, you're doing the over attack and then 1-2 claw. That's just doing a special attack on your third hit. You'll get the word claw. And then I'm having a meltdown of all time, so don't follow my fighting there. 2 minutes is pretty bad. We kind of want, yeah, that should be like a 157, but... Okay, I'm going to skip Arid Sands Day, even though I cooked in this one, but it's okay. I'm going to go to the mission. Oh, I forgot to do the Dragon Road missions. I guess it's rather important. Maybe I talk about missions in this. Okay. Nice 147. I did not cook. Okay. Oops. It's just ring missions and stuff. There's really nothing crazy to it. Arid Sands missions, though, are pretty technical. Okay, so I'm gonna go run through these. Here we do a perfect start, and then we're gonna neutral stick. I know I say this a lot, but like this is actually really important to neutral stick here because we're gonna immediately boost, and then I boost, and most of the time, oh my gosh, stop it. Just kidding. I'm doing a homing attack because I'm a baby. Most of the time, you can just neutral stick and bounce off these badniks' head and hit this 5. But I guess I was just being a wimp. So I come through here, hit this, stop down, and then you can immediately boost. You won't do a light speed dash. The game will actually function. Then I slide down there, copy my movement. Nothing really crazy. I love the bit rate and how it's definitely doing great. Then hold slide, just like in the day stage, right? We hold slide. And here's the thing. We don't have RSG. I don't know why we don't have RSG, but we don't. So we stay in the slide state and we do the same exact movement. But this time we come up and we're gonna hold right. One, we won't get high enough to clear it, and we get some more rings. So we hold right when we get to the last 2 wall jumps. Do the last 2 wall jumps, get those rings. And that's really important to do because if we do the regular wall jumps, those 2 electric enemies will be on a really bad cycle and you're gonna get hit. So either you're gonna have to wait or you're gonna get hit and have to restart the stage and lose your run. So make sure you do good movement there to avoid that. And then you get that. Sometimes it delays in giving you the medal. I don't know why. And this is pretty simple stuff here. So we're gonna do a perfect start. Perfect start. Go straight through. Get all the rings. You have to get all of them. Get all 12, then drift. Okay? Now, in a perfect world, oh my god, just want to scroll down whenever I'm trying to show something. In a perfect world, you could angle yourself so you're still getting rings as you're about to do the skip. But this isn't a perfect world, so I'm not going to prioritize that. Instead, I want to prioritize the skip. So I come over here, I boost, I drift, jump up. Oh, that's scuffed. Come over here, drift over. We don't have enough boost to do the other skip, so don't worry about it. Also, there's pots in there that you have to break to get to the upper area, so just don't do it. Come through here, and then just rather simple movement, nothing crazy. Okay. How's it gold? Nice. Good job, bud. Okay. So collect 670 rings here. We start, and I do a light speed dash here. I want to do the light speed dash. I don't want to boost. I want a light speed dash. Go through this loop, light speed dash again, and then I'm still in the air, right? So I can just immediately stop. That's what I do. Boom. And then I'm going to boost buffer through. Hit this guy. And then I boost buffer through that guy. To this. And then you have enough rings that when you end the stage, you don't have to get that top ring there. You just boost buffer through. That's pretty clean. Yeah. I think I did that on accident. and it saved me 0.6. There you go. Okay, so move your menuing down, by the way, when you start up Arid Sands, so that you're showing both Arid Sands and Jungle Joyride, and then you do the menuing a little bit easier. You go there. I showed the menuing yesterday in my stream. You can check that back out, or you can watch this VOD. Crazy. Also, we have a pace bin on the menuing that you can also follow. So, but this guide tunnel movement is pretty slick. I like this. So you come over here and you go all the way to the far left, and instead of doing the slow door opening cutscene, go over here. We jump onto this roof or this route, however you want to say it. And the same thing. We're gonna start left, or we're gonna start forward, roll left, and then roll up. Go again, and then once I'm on the top, I dash jump into the loading zone. You can actually miss the loading zone and die. So make sure you jump far enough in. And it doesn't matter if you're like on the ground. You don't have to land on top of the door frame. You just have to get good enough air that you're in the behind the doors. All right, so here's these stages. Pretty simple stuff. Again, this is really just lining yourself up properly. This is a really soft fight. I want to be on the right of this dude and then do a 5-hit combo. Oh, you can also do a uppercut to get more force, but I got hit, so it canceled my combo, so it doesn't really matter. Then every time you throw this, you gotta say Kobe, Kobe, and it lands. Grab this force capsule here. It's just on the way. It's stupid not to grab it. Go all the way until you're at least 2 rings in. And then you want to hard brake with a guard here so that you fall faster. Simple stuff, right? And then, now here's the thing. So we did that. We skipped this fight here. It doesn't take too long. If you don't want to deal with this part, just do the fight, honestly. If you're like, I'm not trying to get world record, I'm just trying to play through 20% with, like, you know, as much fun and speed strats, skip, like, all the skip stupid shit. And this is not a stupid thing. I actually kind of like this fight. It's a really simple one. If you get, if you have Unleashed, you can just use overheads, so it's not that big of a deal. But this is some stupid shit. So you come over here, you jump on this, and notice our platforms are not activated. Oh no, what shall we do? We have to do a literal frame perfect overhead to get over it. So we got there, barely land on it, thank goodness, and then we go over here. Now, on the one end, that really sucks. Having to do a really tight up frame perfect, but a really tight overhead boost sucks. But it puts this platform on a really nice cycle. So instead, what we used to do in the past is that we would jump up, grab this pole here, land, and then dash jump across. But because we're on a good cycle, we can just run on this platform, and boom, we're good. Okay. Now, yesterday when I was doing this, you might have noticed my input got eaten. It's because I trusted my run. Don't trust your run. Just jump. Just keep on hopping. That way you're not able to get eaten. Your input eaten, and then you don't actually have to boost grab here, or grab boost here. You can just jump over it. You're on a good cycle. Then you're going to boost grab here and land on this bottom part with a double jump. Okay. And run through. I like to break those pots, but I guess I'm not doing that this time. 58. We're chilling. Okay. So yesterday, you might have watched Kino's run, or you might have watched one of our runs. And there's 2 ways to do this. There's the super fast way, and there's the fast way. Both are good. There's a difference of like maybe 5 seconds. And honestly, this stage, to start out, is the hardest stage in the game. This is my equivalent to maybe Sand Ocean in SA2, where you need to learn how to do platform movement with your inputs getting eaten, know where to jump on platforms, what to do if you overshoot. This is a really good teacher for that. It doesn't look really complicated because it's not, but it is helpful in teaching that because of the fact that the Werehog is a little stupid. So come over here, and this is the easier strat. It's a little bit slower, but it is easier. It also saves some time RTA, so the time loss isn't that bad. Come over here, and I jump. See where this dark part is on this incline? I jump right here. Boop. I do a diagonal jump. I land in the water. Skips this cutscene. Puts me on a much better cycle. That way, if these platforms, which will fuck you over, fuck me over, I don't have to do some frame perfect bullshit. I can just simply do a little dash jump and I land on it. Then just wait. These will line up here. I wait for this. Here's how I do this. I wait for this edge of this platform to line up with that. Once it lines up, sweet, we're good. I jump, double jump, then immediately do another dash jump. And then land, and we're gonna do another dash jump. Now, there's a couple ways you can do this here, this next part. So the first part is that you just take this, and then you'll wait until you get past this part I'm gonna be showing, is that you wait until you get past this section here, then dash jump and grab the birdie, or grab the bat, sorry. Or you can come up here, and before this gets there, you can actually beat it out by jumping off this platform. You can actually get a red in the process as well if you don't really care at the time and just want more force. So I take this really safe because I want to make sure I get all the way across. You can skip the first bat when you get up there and just go across. Now, I take this really tight here. There's two ways you can do this fight. I'm going to show you a really consistent setup, but this right here, there's another setup you can do where you get this red and then come back to the fight. So again, depending on what you're emphasizing and wanting to do for your run, up to you. When I come through here, I don't get the rings. I jump past the rings. And this guy is going to go around this way. And I'm going to dash attack into him. Goes around. I missed him. Dash attack again. Throw. Hit on the ground. He probably won't. I'm hoping that he doesn't teleport there. He didn't. Throw. 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 114. Not too bad. So the in-game time yesterday, yesterday I didn't do the dying strat, and I had really good cycles, and I got through pretty quick. My in-game time was pretty quick, right? It was like a 114. But my RTA time was much slower. So just keep that in mind. Okay, so come through here, JJ Knight 3. Gonna jump up. We're gonna do a boost grab. I guess I didn't do a boost grab. I don't know what's going on here. And then you take a really tight angle here so you can get to this boundary line. I come through, and then I think I dash attack. Do I? Nope. Stop it. Hold on, sorry. Okay, there we go. Come through here, dash attack, or don't dash attack. I do a hard stop with the shield, and then I'm gonna do a 1-2-3 wear claw combo. 1, 2, 3, and then I'm just gonna do a regular 5-hit combo. And then throw it into... That should have taken out the bat. I don't know why it didn't, but I'm getting really bad throw RNG. And then I have low health here, so make sure everyone gets hit. And this should be at 30. So, had I hit the wizard when I was supposed to, I was going to grab him and throw him instead. And that would have been a lot faster, but it's okay. Okay, so this entire time you can just hold R as you swing and immediately jump when you start spinning. And you will immediately grab whatever is most grabbable. So I do that. So just copy my movement there. And as you swing up, jump, and then you're going to hold forward for a second. And once you're at the apex, hold back. And then jump across, and we're going to jump around the platform so we can avoid that fight trigger. I almost hit it. Jesus. Okay. Then just simple movement. Simple meta. And then we're going to do a dash jump here. Yep. And then diagonal jump. The third one. Diagonal jump to the platform right here. Now, I swing here. I jump immediately. I grab this guy. I release when he's facing backwards. And then as I swing backwards, I go right here. You can wait a tick. I think they're about even. Wait a tick on the green one. Wait for the first blue bat to turn around. You can jump on top of his head and do a dash jump. But dash jumping on someone's head is much more inconsistent than just swinging. So I just swing. And then throw those guys off. Throwing them off despawns them and kills them. And then just blow up as they go. Okay. This is where you start pooping your pants. It's great. So come over here. We're gonna do this normal ass movement. Hold back. Hold back when you do that boost grab. Land on this and then immediately jump. If you don't, you'll get put into like the ledge maneuvering animation. So make sure you jump and so we can get on top of it. So we're on top of the ledge here. Run over. Now you can do this 2 different ways. This is a pretty thick ledge. So you can just dash jump over here, but that can really fuck up the camera. What I'm doing also can fuck up the camera, but there's a way to recover much easier when you do it this way because you know which way you're facing. So I come through here, come down until the camera swings around, then I come to the right, jump to reset the camera, and then I jump, no dash jump, just a regular jump. Jump once, jump twice, and I want to land like right here on this black line. So I land right here on this black line, this back line, and I now have the full ledge to run on. All right, or sorry, not the back line, this front one, this really defined one right here. And then I do a diagonal left jump, double jump, and you don't even have to do, see how I did it? I don't have to do a wall climb, like, or a wall run. I just land on the grass, because that's how I get really good movement there. So come through here. Now, what's interesting about this one is that the fight trigger goes all the way around. It extends from this pot all the way down, around, and it goes right through here, stops, and then goes all the way to the edge of this like platform. So where it stops is right here in this low part. So we go down here, and we're gonna wall run the entire time, and then just land right here and go around it. That will kill your run a lot of times. Is that good news is if you die, if you took the elevator and all that stuff, you don't get sent all the way back to the elevator. You just start right here, but it triggers the fight. So the biggest thing that you need when you get to this point, regardless if you're doing the movement I've done or not, is that you need to have at least 1 life when you get to this point, because we're about to do a fight skip that requires you to expend a life. You're using a checkpoint exploit by dying. Okay, jump through here, jump through here. This may eat your jump, so do my movement the same way and jump before that lip gets across. Don't be stupid and wait to the last minute because your jump might get eaten. Okay. Then we're gonna dash jump across that little gap there. Run into these as you're going across, and then right when the camera switches, hard brake. Then turn around. And then roll so you can fall faster and die. And now you have skipped past the fight trigger because the checkpoint puts you right in the middle. And then we're gonna climb up and we're gonna jump on this right here. Now there's 2 different ways you can take this. You can dash jump to this pole here and drop down. That is really fast. That's the super fast method. It's also very hard. Or we can just jump to this other platform here and then dash jump across. Really not that difference of much time. I know for the IL, if you do that first one, which we have not put in an IL yet, that's gonna get world record pretty free. That's it. That's JJ4. So this is when I went live. So I might start talking here. So I'm actually gonna mute this thing because I need to start yapping to get through. And Arid Sands Night. I'm gonna get through this, and then I actually have to go pee real quick. So to come through here, we start this one. Take my lines here that I'm taking, really sharp. Then I sit right here. I in this diamond, I do a hard break so that they can all acknowledge me. And it's not because I'm being BM. It's because I want to make sure that their AI knows, oh, Sonic is here. We got to follow him and pursue him. But then I run away as they start following me. I jump up here, jump up, do a double jump so I can get on this platform, land, double jump up. I jump over. I make sure I don't completely halt my momentum when I do my overhead so that I can just fall straight down, which I didn't do properly, but fine. And then I run back as far as possible to make sure I can lure any enemies that are straggling. I can look at the map here to look at that. And then I do, you should probably do Wereclaw 3, then 5. I just was being silly. Also, the fact that I got in JJ4 on a run like this, I think had made me like have a heart attack and die. So Okay, so right here I activate Unleashed. Knocks them back. All good. And then I grab that dude, and then I do an overhead, kills them all in one hit. Okay? Nothing crazy. And then I want to make sure I come to the right here. I do a hard shield so that they all come over and say, hey, what's going on? And then if they're not a-holes like they usually are, then they'll at least get hit once, and then I can finish them off. Then I do a 5-hit attack, throw the bomb guy into those two, and then finish him off with an overhead. That was pretty bad, though. You should be getting out of that fight, like, before a minute, but I was playing bad, so it doesn't matter. I think the reason why I was going so crazy on force early, too, is so I don't have to get any force in Arid Sands, because a lot of the force is out of the way here, so I didn't do it. Overhead attack, jump, overhead attack, and then we're going to use the Wereclaw a lot, and then go crazy. Because these guys love to shield. So I like to use the Wereclaw. It also gives me more force. And I want more force for Arid Sands Night 3. Dash jump there as far in as possible, activate Unleashed, and they'll all approach you as you're activating your Unleashed, and you'll just do overheads. Okay? Jump up, overhead. Come over, overhead. And as enemies are spawning in, you can just keep doing your overhead. See how huge that hitbox is? Like, you're good. Good. That was a pretty bad thing. And then grab them, and then make sure you're throwing the bombs at the same time. If the bomb gets activated and hits this enemy as it is spawning in, congrats. You have made it invulnerable, and it will not be able to be killed, and you'll have to restart the stage. So don't do that. I learned that the hard way. And then you're just going to do a 5-hit combo and finish it with a special attack so that Sonic just absolutely annihilates it. And 216, that's fine, I guess. Is that a gold? Okay, it was a gold, never mind. I got the attack level up, so I'm good on force. At this point, once you get that attack level up, there's really nothing else that's going to be beneficial for you in force management. So don't worry about it. Dash attack through here, and then do Wereclaws to deal with shields, or and if you don't do that, you can just hit him with an uppercut. That was a pretty bad fight. And then these guys spawn in the same place every time. You can just wait for them, and then if you time it right, you can just hit them with an overhead right as they spawn in. Then right here, I do a dash jump and land down right as this cutscene activates. And so I forget what I do here. Grab the water, hit this guy first. You always want to take this guy out first. What you do next is completely up to you. But I like to kill him first because the wizards suck in this game. And then as he's dying, I can kill the other guys, and so they all despawn at the same time. I have to wait for that anyways for the fight shield to come down. So then I take him out first instead of having to wait for his death animation. Dash jump across. You don't actually need to do the birdie. And then immediately jump across and grab this guy. Or bat. Sorry, not birdie. And then dash jump in. And then you're just going to keep running down here, running down. Okay, so this skip is pretty cool. So originally we had you running on a pole, then jumping to this pole, then going on the ramp. Instead, we're going to run around this pillar. Run around the pillar. Line up right here. And just do a simple jump, double jump, overhead boost. And then you're going to do a diagonal jump to the left. And you're like, what? Because for some reason, this little corner here does not have the fight trigger. Even though it's a huge box, this corner doesn't have it. So we come here, do a jump to the left, and then we come right through, and then we're good. We avoid that box. And 121, 119 is like actually godlike, but for story style, but 121's freaking great. So, okay, this is where some meltdown happens, but hopefully the fight nip's good. Jump through here. The camera can fuck you over. Don't worry about it. If it does, come through. We're going to aim this bomber guy at the left. Cool. And it should hit both of them. Then this bomber guy to the right. And then it mobilizes both of them. And I missed that guy. So now I'm going to have to wait to get this dude too. I have to take an extra second. It's okay. Most times it should gather all of them together and get them all hit. And swing, swing, boost, grab up, grab boost, whatever you want to call it. And then I avoid that item if you can as you dash across. And then activate. Oh, okay. Actually, I'm lying. Throw the boxes first and then activate Unleashed. Why not? Oh, okay. Interesting. Usually I activate Unleashed here and just use that, but I guess I was feeling spicy. And then just, I'm guessing I'm gonna overhead, then mash. Yeah. I had the, if you have the attack upgrade, I guess it doesn't really matter. If you don't have the attack upgrade, probably a good idea to use Unleash there. I guess that's probably what my thinking was. Oh my god. What was that, Specwee? Okay, and then you can do more straightforward movement, but I feel like this movement's a lot safer. So I do that. Do I die here? Yeah, I do. Okay, the good news is I can get force back anyways. So me not using force was actually a waste of time. Get Gaia force there. And then overhead, or special attack, and then hit him with the jab. And then make sure you do the Wereclaw. And then you can just hit them all and it'll kill them all in one combo. Awesome. This is such good RNG. Very good game. Okay. And then just, you're gonna have to just dash jump across for these platforms. No big deal. Because I really fucked this up, for some reason I'm not activating Unleashed. Interesting. Oh, because if you use Unleashed for the first fight, you don't have a full Unleash bar, and so you won't have it for the Titans. And so I'm saving it for the Titans. If you save your Unleashed, you can activate it for this fight and the Titans. And this just requires you to use a bunch of overheads. So that's probably the difference. I remember it now. Specwee from the past knows more about this game than Specwee right now. Okay, then you're just going to be doing the triples. God, that is horrid. I think I lost. Yeah, this is probably my biggest time loss in the run. Is I lost like 30 seconds there, or 40 seconds. What is that? 38. Yeah, 40 seconds to gold. So if I had the strength upgrade, and that's 19 seconds, that death and the Unleash management cost me another 19. So, yeah, this game freaking rocks. Very good, very good. But had I gotten the gold there, this would have been a 229 10. And then also I don't fuck him an 8 million. Like a 227 is not out of the realm of possibility. I just have to have the start that I had here. Okay, so this fire skip is really cool. We love it. Just run into it right where I do. And then don't do a dash jump, just double jump. Like right here. I think Kino has a diagram of where to jump. Ask for that. I kind of just do it. So, okay. And then if you're wild, you can just jump on, you can jump on this pot. Boost, overhead boost jump right here. And then jump over. But it's really hard to do and land. I don't know if I do it. Yeah, I get the walking pattern, but I don't get the jump out. And so if you fail that, then just run up. Fine. Okay. And then because this spawns back in over and over again, this water barrel, just keep throwing it. Throw it at the Hornets. Throw it at the Wizards. Just throw it. And then once the Wizards are dizzy, then throw the Wizards until they're dead. Over attack. Special over attack, or special then hit. Get the force cap, get the Unleash capsule for the final fight. Break through those things, and then you can just run on this button here. And then you actually don't even have to jump. If you just sprint, you can just run through, but I jump just in case. I'm a little baby. And then that movement was really good. You may not always get that, but it's okay. Then take this barrel and wait for these two to gather together. I actually rushed this, so I think I missed one of them. But hit this ring here on the left. Hit this ring. Move them together. Oh no, I do it. Okay. And then do a Werehog. Take out any shields remaining, so you can just kill them all at once. Then throw, uppercut, triple, dead. Okay. And then once you see the bird spawn in, the Titan takes a second to load. So once the bird spawn in, you can just go. And then once he's vulnerable, then you're already in the middle of a 5-hit combo. Use your special attack to kill him. And then a 222, not too bad. I like that. Hey, time save. Woohoo. Okay. And we're going to go do Dark Guardian now. I don't think I do Grimmy Skip in this, do I? No, I do not. I do not. So come through here. And then, so instead of doing Grimmy Skip, this is also RNG, by the way. Oh, that's why I'm not like walking through it. Basically just wail on him. And then when he does his big old spinny attack, his second to last hit, he'll do like a spin up in the air like a ballerina. And he actually has a hitbox out for a very long time, so just keep shielding until he lands. And then once he's healing up, you can see his health bar is going up. As he's healing up, once that light shows, then you can start wailing on him again, and he won't activate his QTE. And you can just hit him with anything. He won't do anything. Just stay still. So 40, that's fine. The Grimmy strat actually only saves 5 or 6 seconds. But it can activate the QTE, which costs like 15. So do with that with what you will. Alright. And then JJ Day. We're gonna skip through that. More temple movement. Oh, dude, check this out. So I get fucked over here on this wall bonk. And here's how you save that, by the way. You just start drifting immediately. Drift back up. So that's what you do if that happens. And then I don't do the water run here because it only saves like 4 and costs 15. So because you keep in mind, like, you're not just losing IGT, you're losing RTA. And since we measure RTA instead of IGT in this, I care more about that. So this is a horrible Jungle Joyride day. Thanks. Go through 134. Ah! Okay. And for the ring mission here, this is pretty simple stuff. You're just don't boost here because you'll get a Lightspeed Dash instead. And then boost there, and then make sure you're boosting through all this stuff. And then you should get all the rings that you need by the end of that. That's not too bad. Time mission. This is just Jungle Joyride Act 1. Nothing crazy. Again, kind of a nothing burger. And you don't have to get any rings or anything. Okay. So this ring mission can be a killer sometimes. Jump over here. Stomp on the rail. Boost. Skip the spring. Jump up and then boost. Jump up, then boost. Hit that. You want to hold neutral stick. Right? Is it neutral stick or forward? Yeah, neutral stick. And you have to wait until you get all the way up here to do this Lightspeed Dash. You really have to delay it. If you are holding a direction or do it too early, you'll get a boost and you'll fall. And that will kill like 10 seconds. So don't do that. And here, just like regular movement, island hop, and then you're good. Okay. Egg Lancer. Let's walk through that real quick. So there's 2 strats to this, 2 approaches to this one. You can die early and you get an extra hit in the beginning, but I think the death animation and having to go through the intro cutscene again kills that time save, so I wouldn't do it. So instead, we're gonna do 1 boost. We're gonna do 5 boosts. 2, 3, 4, 5. Get as many rings as possible. I miss all of them. And then we go all the way down here. What am I doing? Wait for him to get hit by the rocks to disable his shield, and then boost. And you should move up into him. If you're already on top of him, the hit won't register. So just keep that in mind. Okay. And here, boost. So hold. When you're coming here, if you're holding forward, for some reason, Egg Lancer is now invulnerable. So hold back, and then that will keep you from having that glitch happen. So hold back, and then hold forward when the camera switches. he'll be off screen. If you just boost and then jump for a homing attack, or just jump into him as you're boosting, you'll get the hit. Do it again, get another hit, and then just keep jump boosting so you avoid getting hit. Unless if you're out of rings like I am. And then Q to E, don't fail it. Hit him. And then down here, this missile movement, I believe, is consistent. It might be RNG. I forget. So just avoid it. Don't boost at all. Because we want him to open up one more time instead of going into the 2D section again because we're at the wait. So in order to have him open up again, we can't boost. So wait for him to open up and then boost and just avoid those missiles. They go 121. Fairly consistent. I guess that was a gold. 158 Egg Lancer. Holy shit. That's crazy. Okay, I'm going to skip through Eggman Land Day because that was horrid. I'll do the ring mission though. Yeah, 341. Very good. Okay. So boost through here. Quick step. Make sure you stop your boost. Make sure you stop your boost before you quick step. And then drift. Over here. Homing attack. Lightspeed dash. Boost. Break immediately. Lightspeed homing attack. Lightspeed dash. Do a stop to turn and get these rings. And then just dash or boost through the dash panels. And then stomp down here to keep the boost going. Helps you get a bit more rings. Homing attack. Boost buffer through the rings to get more, or the orange ring to get more rings. And then you're basically just doing regular movement. And I usually homing attack there to stop myself. And here I kind of grab rings, but I don't really focus on it because instead I want to line myself up to jump across. I just jump across instead. You don't need to grab these rings back here. Or these rings really here. Kind of get as much as you can, but don't really worry about it. And then just get through because this 2D section is going to have more than enough. You come through here, jump up. Same movement as the day stage. Homing attack, homing attack, homing attack, stomp. Go up, stomp. And then you don't really want to do anything here. Like, I guess you can just do that. Yeah. Homing attack and then boom. It should end around here. That's where you should be done. That was a pretty good ring mission. And time mission is just literally Eggman Land all over again. So we're just going to fast forward through that because I don't doubt that it went horrible. Okay, I lost 10 seconds. Okay. Let's get through the night stages. So break these boxes first. Because we have the strength upgrade, right? We should be good. But break these boxes because we're going to have just literally barely enough for Unleashed. Because our Unleashed gauge has leveled up, how much force we need, Unleashed force we need for us to actually activate Unleashed goes higher. So we have just enough. Triple overhead and then attack once on the ground with a jab cancel. And then roll around here. I like to be right here, activate Unleashed, and then overhead. And then as I land, I do I do one more overhead, then I finish him off with an AoE attack. Wow, really good shield RNG game. And your Unleashed should run out as you're fighting these guys. That's good. You want that. And these guys, throw, attack, throw. This is actually a pretty bad fight for what I usually do. But I've always wondered, I guess yesterday kind of answered my question here. Oh wow, he just like completely juked me. Using Unleashed here was faster than the Hornet fight, and I think it's actually faster here. Because I'm losing, well, I don't know, because I had bad shield RNG. Regardless, because that cost me like 10 seconds. That's pretty bad. Then activate Unleashed here, and just overhead these Hornets. If you can jump, if the game will let you jump. Man, that's just horrid RNG for this stage. This stage, I will say, Eggman Land 1 and 5 are very RNG dependent on fight stuff. There's not really good manip for it. So you're kind of just fucked, depending on what you do. Come over here, I grab that Unleashed capsule again to replenish my Unleashed as these guys are spawning in. And then just overhead as they're falling in. And then hit them with the 5. What is this? Is like maybe like a 4-minute thing with all the shield RNG I had. It's So bad. You want to get out here like 240. So this is horrid. Okay, so I drop down here. I'm using my Unleashed to kill this guy. And then these guys here are going to give me more Unleashed. I don't kill them with my Unleashed. I'm killing the mama. And then I kill the rest of the dog rhino things as we're going. And then I use, especially here, twice. So I can kill the first mama here pretty fast. Get more Unleashed replenished by the other rhinos. I don't know why I'm not doing that, but I was so mad during this part, probably. I don't even want to think about it. And then come down here, and it was a 353. So that's 23 seconds time loss. Yeah, 26 seconds time loss to my gold. And some of that was my fault, for sure, but most of that was just shield RNG and not knowing what to do with it. So, all right, so for this one, we're going to break right here, hard stop, go to the left. Just hold straight left, run on the wall, jump up, wall run up twice, land on top of the robots. Now, you can actually just jump straight across, but because I like to play it super safe, I go here. Also, fun fact, these are the HD models of the robots, not the SD ones. These do not appear as enemies in game, but they're here as little trophy cases. Jump here. All good. Go across again. And we're going to run on this little ledge here of this little grate. Jump. Diagonal jump. Diagonal jump. And you want to line up so that your overhead will hit both these two guys right here. And I was way too short. So take them out like that as well. That's your backup. You'll still get first cycle. And then you're going to come back and line up just like that on the very, very lip. Hold straight left again. Run all the way up and then come down. That skips that fight. You will fail this fight skip so many times starting out. It's a very hard fight skip to get down. Because you're on a tractor, or like a, whatever this is. A track that's pushing you back, and so getting the thing. Double jump into this so that it positions you properly to do a dash jump and fire skip over. You won't get hit again. We're going to jump diagonally here. Jump diagonally here. And then we're just going to jump around the fire barrier. Okay. Now, make sure you see how I'm not dash jumping because I want to land shallow here. Jump around, swing up. Now, I get this item. That's like a clue to me that like I have a good angle for the jump. You don't have to do that. It loses time. Come here, swing to the right, swing up, grab boost. I think I was being a pansy though. Actually, that's probably a good move because the spikes were there. And 113 is not bad. That was a gold for me. Sweet. Okay, so there's a fight skip here that we're not doing. The movement here is pretty simple. You're just going to do an overhead boost up, dash, dash jump, overhead boost. So you can grab that pole and swing across, grab boost, make it faster. And then what I do here is that I jump, I grab this pole here. The other way you can do it is that you come over here, you grab, jump, grab, and then jump across. But I feel like this is a lot faster because there's only 2 grabs involved. Even though it's less straightforward of an angle. I think I could be wrong here, but watch how fast this is. I come over here and I'm going to go on top of this box. Going to overhead boost, dash jump across, gonna wall run up, skip, sprint. This CC Knight 3 is crazy. Roll, land on the button at 59. Ah! That's crazy. I thought it was a minute flat. Nope. He's goated. Okay, and then we're just gonna dash diagonal jump, hold down right angle on your analog stick. A 116. What? Hold up. Hold up. Huh? Oh, no. I think. Oh, there you go. Never mind. Well, with the new strat, it was 114. So there you go. 116 story style is pretty crazy. And that wasn't even my gold. I'm lying. Who was even impressed by it? I suck. Okay, night 4. Dash attack here. We're gonna hit this elevator button. That's all good. Stay in the box. And you can just fuck around in the box the entire time. And once you get past this thing, you can jump on top of it. And then I just keep rolling. Rolling. And then once I'm able to walk out, I do a jump, get on the very top of this pipe, and then I just wall run across. Just hold down and right so I can wall run across. And then do a 5-hit here with the smack combo so I can get people dizzy, and then throw them into the electric bats. And then throw them into there. Oh, I should have just thrown that guy. I don't know why I did that. Okay. And then I like to come right up here, get this red, because it allows me to just line myself up properly. It's not for force management. And I jump right at this line. Idle jump here. Now you know you got this platform activated, and that you're good if you hear yourself getting rings as you're going along. So I got it. I'm good. And it saves like 5 seconds. Go over here, grab this, wait for the next platform to come back. Now, there's 2 ways to do this. You count 5 seconds. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we jump. Or you can just wait for the platform to move, and once you see the medallion, you jump. I like the counting method because just for my brain, makes you feel more in control. So there's that. And jump across with that medallion, grab the last one, and then come here, okay? And then this fight skip, you literally just start dash jumping across the entire time. Just keep dash jumping like how I just did. Land on that door, roll down, then boom, you're done with the stage. Okay, so spec skip, I'm not going to walk through because of the fact that I have a tutorial on it. I don't know what direction I do here. What's the direction I do? I think I do left side. Okay. Left side, you literally just come down here. You hold down left, flip out of bounds, jump up, you land on the ceiling. And then you're out. Now, for this part right here, you want to roll back into the doorway. So you hit that checkpoint, then jump out of bounds. And then I dash attack as well because that makes you fall faster. So you hit the death plane quicker. Up here. Go across. And then overhead. And then you're just going to hit these guys. Smack, smack. Throw them off. Throw them off. Just throw them all off. Don't really worry about doing full combos. Just throw them off. Because even if you get like bad RNG, which this is pretty bad RNG, you're still going to get faster times if you just throw them off. I don't know why I'm not throwing them off here, but sometimes your brain just shuts off in these runs. Swing back. That was a pretty bad grab, but it's okay. Uppercut. Hit. Uppercut. Hit. Uppercut. Hit. Roll out of the way. Hopefully he doesn't do his tantrum. And then do your 5th special attack. You typically don't have Earthshaker unlocked. Typically. Okay. Then you're going to dash up across here. Sometimes your dash gets eaten. It's all good. So just be very careful and mindful of it. Jump across that gap here. Don't double jump like that. That's stupid. I'm just slow. Use grab, go across, and then we're going to do a diagonal jump to the right. I like to go to this boost capsule here. You can just go straight down. I personally don't want to deal with the fire, so I come here and I can just look at the cycle. I land on this part right here, and there's no fire on this part, so I just drop down. And if you do fuck it up, let's say you do fall and you fall through here, because I was on the platform, I have more momentum because I was grounded instead of aerial. And so I can just move underneath this platform and it will spawn me right back here. So as long as I don't die in the fight, we're good. So that's why I do that. It's very safe. It doesn't lose too much time. Okay. So last fight, and I think we'll wrap it up here. Okay, so Come through here. I want to dash attack into this bat guy. These two captains here, they love to avoid us. So instead, dash attack through him, make him dizzy, grab him, and throw him to the other captain. And then I beat the shit out of him. I see some shields, so I start doing the Wereclaw combo. Hit him with an overhead. For this one, what I'm going to do is I'm going to roll over. I know where these wizards are going to spawn. So before they spawn, I start a 3-hit Wereclaw combo to uppercut him, and then I just uppercut over and over again. And then once I get him properly stunned, I do a full-on combo to kill him. He still tried to teleport, and sometimes it doesn't work. So these guys are really temperamental. And the Wereclaw is usually the best way to deal with them. Okay, that was weird. I grabbed him, and then he teleported in my hands. That's awesome. Okay, then we're going to activate Unleashed here. And use our overheads. Throw them, and then use the overhead to kill them both. Okay, like that. And then we're just going to do our 5-hit or 4-hit special attack over and over as much as he lets us do it. And down here with a 321. It's pretty good. We'll take that. We're just doing overheads. 5-hit combos, cancel. I don't know why I did the Wereclaw here. Don't watch my Egg Dragons. Watch Kino's. That's much better. I think I was trying some new shit here. And what's the time I get? Like a 140. Yeah, 146 is horrible. You should be getting like a 141. Oh, but that was a gold for me. So, just kidding. I'm godlike. There is a tutorial for this, but it's all RNG. So, really just mash. Whoa, what? Okay. Yeah, you're mashing special at the start. Hopefully you get a double hit like I did. And then time it once you see him pulling back like that. It looks just like his idle animation, so it's hard to really tell the difference. You have to kind of have to develop an eye for it. Then you special attack again, hit him again, do it again, but this time I got shielded because this game sucks. And I should have gotten a counter there, but it didn't work, so super cool. And then I just do the fight regularly here. There are some runs where I do like pretty drama-filled RNG stuff, and the run died here, essentially. I thought I was going to be getting like a much better time. Had I gotten good RNG, this would have been good RNG, and then not gotten the shit happening in Arid Sands, I would have gotten 228. So again, there's a lot of time to save here. Oh my god. Yeah, then movement, all that stuff. I'm gonna skip through all this because this is all pretty simple stuff. I did die in my previous run to this, so. Okay, so we're going to go up here, go to the left. Then we're going to go up. Then we're going to go down. Then we're going to go middle. And then if we still need more rings, we go up again. Or go down, then up. Sorry, my bad. Now, we're going to go here. We're going to hit these next two eyes right next to us. So just go to the right, and immediately it's going to be available to hit. Just keep mashing boost and you'll get it. And we want to be mashing too because that expends less rings, right? So we want to make sure we're doing that. Go over here. Do the same exact thing. Mash, 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 mash. Make sure you're getting the rings and not missing them like I did. I was like allergic to them. And then immediately just hold right. You try to get rings as much as you can, but we can get those back, on the way back, but I just go up and down for those because we really want to avoid that like cross/slash hit that he does because it will literally annihilate you. It's so hard to avoid. So just do that, go all the way to the right, and then come in and crash in here. And then rings will replenish along the way. So see, I have 13. Since I'm doing this perfectly, all I have to do is hit again, go over 1, and then as I'm going over that 1 and then to the central eye, I'm getting I'm getting the rings I need, so I can get 11 for the final one. This is a pretty good supersonic. I'm pretty sure this is a gold. Clutch. So then it's finalize open. You go over here, and then you're just mashing boost. And then that's it. Okay, so that is any percent explained. Hopefully the frame rate was good. Good enough, but that's it. So if you have any questions, feel free to DM me. Obviously I skipped the Spagodia and Dragon Road missions, but you know, is what it is. And also like those are pretty simple stuff. So yeah, you can refer back to this. I'll upload this to YouTube and stuff as well. Let me think. I think that's it. Yeah. So really, the biggest thing I would emphasize are a couple things. One, working on movement. I think night stage movement is more important than fights, because fights are inconsistent, movement's not. And so I'd focus on movement first, and then the second thing is focusing on what is your force routing, because starting this out, we didn't get any force, right? And then I did a segmented run and did force shenanigans for each with save states. It was a really fun summer project, and we found that force management does help. And so figuring out, you know, what is your force routing, what do you do if you don't have enough force, and then finding ways to be adaptable to those situations, I think are really important. And then third, honestly, is really just getting things in context. Like I think I safe stated JJ4 a ton of times, but I think that the most helpful practice I had was doing last half runs, was doing all night stages, finding ways to hit these things in a run context, because in a save state context, or even an IL context, like it's kind of in a vacuum, right? You just have to get it once, and then the stage is over. But having to get it within the flow of a run, I think is really important, especially for a run as long as this, right? So like the reason why it took so long to get 229, I think is genuinely because like hitting everything is really hard. And then, you know, keeping in mind mechanics, not just skips. So yeah, so that's it. A lot more time left to improve, of course, but that is the run. So all right, I'm gonna stop streaming, and I'm gonna put this in onto YouTube later on. So thanks for watching, everybody.